tilapia is one of Ghana's best-loved fish. Meet one of Ghana's biggest fresh tilapia farmers.
My name is AMICHI. I'm a fish farmer. The company is Tropo Farms Limited. I've been in fish farming in Ghana for 10 years, but I've only been actually producing fish for 6 years. Production is approximately 50 tons a month. We'll double that from October, November.
I'm TAMETEY from Australia Tropo Farms, and I'm the Assistant Chief Supervisor.
6 years after going into fish production, Tropo Farms is expanding rapidly as demand for fresh tilapia grows.
We have a branch at Ipakadam. So we come here to sort, to sell. And when we come here, we have 2 boats from Ipakadam. They bring the fish to this side and we sort them. As you can see, my guy sorting. We have different sizes. We have regular size 1, size 2, and size 3.
We're doing an expansion. We've outgrown our current premises. We cannot produce any more there. The demand is pretty high in the country. The business is good, so we're going to expand. So we've started an expansion site.
A day we sell 10, 11 to 13 tons, depending on what the customers are buying.
Yes, it could be like this every day if we had more fish.
Fresh tilapia is a delicacy, best served with the local staple, banku. It is, however, in short supply.
They'll probably resort to illegally imported Chinese tilapia, which is grown in terribly polluted conditions, and the Chinese, they cheat on their inputs as well. Usually use a lot of antibiotics, a lot of preservatives. I would not eat Chinese fish. I'd rather go hungry.
Fish farming is mostly new to Ghana, and questions abound about the sustainability of the sector, especially environmental sustainability, given the numerous challenges faced by even profitable farmers.
If our feed was produced in Ghana, and if we didn't have to consume so much diesel, we'd be totally sustainable, environmentally sustainable. Financially, we're sustainable, yes. Operationally, we run a profit. However, when it comes to taking the word sustainability into the full context, including the environment, no, we're not sustainable. The amount of logistics, for instance, importing feed from South America or from Europe, it's not a long-term sustainability thing unless, we have a different energy system. But when it comes to what people normally call sustainable, as in, does it self-sustain itself cash-wise, financially? Yes, it's sustainable.
In the absence of a local mill, Tropo Farms relies on imported fish feed from Brazil. Not the best of options.
First of all, there's no investment for it. There's no financing for it. To do a feed mill that produces quality feed, you'd have to dump a few $1 million. And one other reason is there's no major demand for the feed right now. I don't think the demand for feed right now for fish feed exceeds, I can put my finger on it. I can say the monthly demand for feed at the moment is no more than 250 to 300 tons a month, and that doesn't warrant a feed mill of the quality that we need.
Okay. Financial sustainability for Tropo Farms means steady employment for over 100 workers, and that's before the farm doubles its current production.
We employ about 150 people directly and indirectly. Well, let's say full-time and casual accumulates to about 150. What we have done is, as you can see, there's a lot of women and children and small traders here. This has given them income generation of some sort. We've got people who started off asking for very little amount of credit, and now they've got savings in their banks. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to see that, other people also, the middlewomen make some money off the fish. As for myself, I'm still deep in the capital expenses for the investment. I'm reinvesting in the new site, so I haven't made any profit. All the profit goes, operational profit, whatever goes back into the expansion and increasing our administration, increasing our management. So Yeah, we've employed people, we've created income activities for other people. We've put a lot of, before at this time of the year you wouldn't find any tilapia. Now at least we're putting a trickle of tilapia onto the market. So I think, yeah, we're providing protein and all that.
You don't bring any food.
I'm Phoebe Selorme. I sell tilapia, fresh tilapia. I'm in the business for the past 12 years. When they started the family, they creditors, but many people have been running away with their money, so they have to stop.
It's discouraging, yeah, and even at the moment we're owed a phenomenal amount of money and people just disappear. So I'm setting up a system to track them down and get my money back, or their property or something. But this is where, there's a huge lack. The banks will easily give out car loans, like the banks, could play a better part. I'm not going to say anything else, I may get in trouble, but the banks could play a much bigger role in microfinance to people and helping people. Rather than the producer having to bear the credit burden, the financial institutions should. I mean, if there was credit availability, and more fish available, which there will soon be, their business, that's what's throttling, that's what's holding back business in this place.
I haven't applied to any bank before. I've been trying on my own best.
We can sell our fish, but the difficulty for a lot of people is taking it from the field or from the pond or from the cage, whatever have you, to the market. It's the post-harvest, the marketing side of things. Small traders in agribusiness, in agro-trade, would benefit big time off credit because they can then buy the fish and move it. They can move the fish from the producer to the consumer. So there's a big gap there. There's a big gap, and I see a big need for microfinancing.
Although most buyers cannot access bank loans and must pay cash for fish when they buy it off the farmer, they have no choice but to serve as bankers to their own clients.
We give them on credit base, and we give them 3 days or 1 week for them to pay.
We've even got buyers who were lots of small buyers to form associations, and I've told them just to keep bank accounts, and after they've kept their bank accounts for a year or two, we'll even try to help them go to get microfinancing.
Now we have these savings and loan banks in Accra here. So if you go to them, the procedure that you pass through is too tedious for us. So at times they will ask you to bring a guarantor, and you may not get that guarantor.
I think in fish farming, the donors, banks, or whatever should be a bit more flexible in giving financing, credit, and I think they should also do the same for post-harvest, for marketing, moving the product. To get from the rural areas, to get from the producers to the people out suffering, the people that are putting their limbs out and risking it all to get the product in, they need some backup. They need some comfort zone, some room for, you're gonna get errors, so you need room for error here and there. One mistake and a lot of these people are knocked out. And in any business you realize you make a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of different things that happen. So people need they need the backup to be able to go through the rough times. And Ghana could do it. Easy, easy. I'm like a grain of sand on the beach, if you consider the potential.
Banks may be missing an opportunity to tap into some dynamism here.
But if you look at these people, and the people I work with and deal with, they're very capable, with very little, with nothing almost. They can do a lot. They can go quite far, but there's a limit to how far they can go, and most of them have reached that limit. So the little bit more, they can go a lot further. A lot further. They're totally capable. I don't see Ghanaians as not being able to meet these goals or those goals. It depends who you're dealing with. It depends who you're dealing with. So the donors and them should not generalize and just put everyone under one banner. They should basically find those who have succeeded and weed them out from those who have failed and concentrate on those who have succeeded and those who want to try again or those who are willing to try for a first time. Because out of every batch of people who tries, you get the winners and the losers. for various reasons. But then again, I tell you, a little bit of credit plus a little bit of seriousness goes a long way. Goes a long way.